QM2 is a unique ship, and one that I love, but it isn't without its faults. If you want ideas for improvements from a completely unqualified idiot, well, you have come to the right place. 10 changes that I'd make to QM2. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we go. This will probably be the most controversial, so let's get it out of the way. Put the price up. Wait. Hear me out. My last trip on QM2 a few months ago was one of the first with paid-for room service. Now, this is a bad idea and it was poorly executed. If they were going to remove complimentary room service, it should have been for new bookings after a certain date. What they did was change the rules and start charging people who had bought a trip with room service included. Tut. When you actually see the charges, they are so small that it almost seems pointless fishing everyone off over it. $1 for this, $5 for that. The charges are so negligible that I think it'd be much better to keep the products exactly as it was. Assume that everyone will order room service every single day. Just increase the fares by $5 each day. The guests will be happier, the product will still seem a bit more premium, and Cunard will make quite a bit more money. The next thing that needs to happen, either put in a planetarium or remove the dead body of the one that used to be there and stop advertising it. A creaky, blurry, old-tech planetarium that is only working for one cruise in, every 20? Well, it's just not Cunard. Illuminations is such a rocking venue, it looks awesome, way nicer than the main theatre, and it seats, 500 people? It just deserves better than to be left sat empty 95% of the time. It works great as a cinema, so put a proper programme of movies on throughout the day. That way it gets used and people don't have to choose between that day's show or a movie. Keep all the insight lectures in there so everyone gets a better view, and stick matinee shows or musicians in the theatre. Okay, next up. I've been watching a lot of daytime TV with my parents recently, and what I have learned is that 3 shows out of 4 are about renovations and knocking walls through. And that gave me a great idea. The Commodore Club is a nice venue, but it's a bit cramped, sort of 2 small rooms linked by a corridor with some seats and a bar in between them. If you don't get there by mid-afternoon, then you probably aren't getting a seat. It's just not big enough. Get out the changing room sledgehammers and knock through at both ends. Not only can we get rid of the unpleasant smell that seeps out from Churchill's, we can increase the capacity of the Commodore Club. Don't click the thumbs down just yet, cigar fans. I've got a new venue in mind for you. Same for you if you're one of the 2 or 3 people that use the boardroom. Mod number 4, the Boardwalk Cafe. Now hardly anybody goes up to the top deck, and those that do not want to sit and eat a burger next to the special dog pee area. Even if they did, let's not pretend. This place is never ever open. Give it a refurb, stick a bar in there and call it Churchill's. Et voila! The space is no longer wasted and the cigar smokers have got a new home. Plus, there's all that outdoor space, so the smokers can run and play and have a lovely time. Whilst we're still in the changing rooms mindset, let's get Laurence Llewellen-Bowen in to splash a bit of paint around the chart room and the Golden Lion. The chart room is just so bland. It's not a destination venue, people just end up in there before and after dinner because it's handy. Make it nice. Possibly a bit less Versace-ish than the champagne bar at the far end. I mean, it just looks like a Barrett show home from 1994. The Golden Lion needs a bit of TLC too. Nothing radical, just the same, but better. More like the Golden Lion on Queen Victoria. And whilst we're at it, stop charging extra for a cheese fluffing toasty. In at 6, G32 is mental. Why would an ocean liner with a cruise line that prides itself on tradition and ballroom dancing and afternoon tea need a 1980s style sleazy nightclub with black leather bench seating and chrome railings? Tony Montana hates ships. He had a bad time on a boat, and who else is going in there? I always stick my head in out of curiosity, and all I ever see is two bored bartenders chatting to one another, and occasionally a couple of old swingers in one corner waiting for the hotties to turn up. Bin G32 and fill the space with something useful, like some single cabins. There is nothing that goes on in G32 that can't be done in the Queen's Room or the Golden Lion or the Chart Room. Okay, mod number 7. Now that, young man, is not an art gallery, it's a shop. A gallery has art that's there to appreciate, and whilst it's often for sale, it's bought as an investment, not to decorate the dining room. Because of QM2's quirky layout, most of us end up trundling through the gallery most days. You know that you're in there because you stare straight forward and speed walk to avoid the sales pitch from the art consultant on your way to get a sandwich and a scone from the Queen's Room. This is where the boardroom can go. Loads of windows right above the water level. What a lovely place to sit and watch the world go by, without someone desperately trying to flog you a limited edition print from an artist that nobody cares about. Stick the art shop upstairs in place of the second-hand bags or the Fabergé eggs. King's Court is humongous, and unlike most ship buffets, it's never so full that you can't get a seat. Bin the area that is used for that day's pop-up speciality and late snacks and make it into a proper speciality dining restaurant. The existing pop-ups can still be on rotation in there if you like, or make it a full-time adjuar or whatever is most popular. Just stick a wall up and get Laurence in to slap some paint around while he's there anyway, so then it's not just a bit of a buffet with tablecloths. Settle down, midnight snackers. I'm greedy on chips too, fear not. Mod number 9 is to make Chef's Galley a 24-hour snack bar. As we all know, a poolside grill that's 6 miles away from a pool is mad anyway, so let's make proper use of the area and fill a gap by filling a gap at any time of the day or night. Most ships have got something available 24 hours, so why not do that here? Because it's largely quick bites made to order, it also cuts way back on waste. And let's make the Corinthia Lounge cream-filled donuts available 24 hours too. Okay, number 10. Remember when I said that mod 1 was the most controversial? I lied. Mod number 10 is scrap gratuities and add them to the fare. There is always a queue at the purser's desk to remove gratuities. And there's almost never a good reason for it. There are a million spurious excuses about why people do it. I think Cunard are breaking the law and keeping the money. I tip who I want to and funk the staff washing sheets or cooking the food. Blah 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 blah. People do it because they are cheap and they can. That is the only reason. Up the fare by $18 a day or whatever, and the people removing gratuities will be happy because they don't think they're paying. The staff are happy because they're getting paid better, and the customer service desk has way more time to help and a much smaller queue. And there you have it. 10 changes that I would make to improve QM2. Done.